changed, I blame these lame pretenders. My friends and Benzes parked at the entrance. Inside, you still hear the engine. Like, ren, ren, this is your ending. If you're offended, I dare you defend it. This is rushing through my...
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. We've got a matchup today where the focus will be on the passing game. The Texans are top 10 at defending the pass. They'll be going up against the Raiders, who will need to solve that secondary.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Houston Texans. Watson on first down. He finds an opening past the 40. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. And even 20 yards and a first down on the game's very first play. Fresh set of downs here. Out of the gun, Watson. Incomplete. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
I know the debate always rages about whether you want to be in man coverage or zone coverage versus slant routes, and there's pros and cons either way, but a big pro to being in zone versus the slant. If you don't backpedal and you read it right away, you can see it the whole time because the quarterback, through his eyes, when he gets ready to throw it, you just react and go right to the football. And on that play, got there and batted it away.
They'll run with Miller. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. This is Miller. They find some open field here. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll try the air now with Watson. Green with a catch left side. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Third down now following the completed pass. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Bruce Irvin coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? From the gun, here's Watson. And finding Fedorowicz. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 here. Throwing again is Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So we have to remember this offensive unit, they've been off for the last 2 weeks. Had an open week, and so it might take them a little while to get back into rhythm. I know they worked hard to try and get past that in practice, but practice isn't game speed.
This is taken at the 18. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball. They've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
Throwing now is Carr. Caught left side to Crabtree. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. Throwing his car on third down. And it's complete. Henry. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Give him a first down. 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam through the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
Now a play fake. Carr. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he's brought down. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Carr to throw on second down. Airing one deep for Kraft. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
After the interception, here's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Aldon Smith in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. To throw on second is Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Mario Edwards in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. To throw is Watson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And taken right at the 35. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. A good pickup there at 22.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make this a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Carr. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. J.J. Watt in there to sack him for a loss of 6. To throw on third down, Carr. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, off goes Carr, and on is Sebastian Janikowski. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
And now out comes Houston. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Here's Watson, and down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Aldon Smith in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Now Watson, he's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
3rd and long. It's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. They're going for it. It's Watson. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack. And then because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Earl Mitchell getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Now Carr throwing on second down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. Seven yards remaining here on third down. To throw his Carr. Flush to his right. And it'll be intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
First and 10, Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now a first down throw. Watson going deep for a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Amerson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Running it, Washington. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's got room. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Second down, offense behind the sticks here. Second and 13. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On second down, here's Carr. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for his second sack of the night. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On second down, here's Miller. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Watson. And this one is incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Hard throw, incomplete.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they have the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you've evolved. You know, you've learned how to play it the Madden way.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. And now out comes Houston. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
A shotgun snap for Watson. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. 17 yards to pick up there.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Raiders pick it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a carry for Allen, and very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Raiders with a lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Here we go with 2nd and 7. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. He's got Fuller. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Watson on first down. And the hook up here with Jalen Strong, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Watson looks to throw again. Underneath for Miller. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And on 2nd and 10 now. Throwing again is Watson. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Hopkins. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Miller. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Completion left side to Miller. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep and you catch him close to the spot. Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw.
And he will score. It's a touchdown. Deshaun Watson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled. And wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now here come the Raiders. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On first down, Carr. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Throw on second down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Sheds off the tackle. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. First and goal here from the 9. From the gun, Watson. This will be caught at about the 5. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Shift together here from the D-line. They come out here in the eye. And from the 3 now, it's second and goal. Miller, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. No back out now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So out come the Raiders. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. They've got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Texans, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins.